I've got his real name, so I don't know. Hang on. His PSN is... View profile will tell me that way. M-A-T...
M-A-T...
T-T-H...
T-T-H...
O-X-X.
O-X-X.
Fucking Fury. Right, going in the comms box, catch you in there. Dan, best of luck, Joe.
Cheers, mate. See you
Don't
on the podium.
fuck it up, Joe.
I can't bring myself to take, 'cause that's for me and Kelly. See you on the podium, Joe. I will never say never. I will fight till forever. To make it right, whenever you knock me down, I will not stay off the ground. Oh, fucking hell. Right, before we go live, I'm going to run to the toilet. Oh. Right. Did you send that guy an invite?
Send him 2.
It definitely is, then. Mike's saying we can't use the server because the PS5. We could just flick between you, divvy. Oh, looks like he's doing server tomorrow if you don't fucking add me Gmail.
Gotta love this preparation, ain't you?
I mean, invite's not going through. That's it's not our fault. We've done what we need to do. But Mike's saying that we can't use fucking server when you can just change it from PS4 to PS5. Like, fuck me.
Is Sven on track or?
No, I
he's
think
in
it's
the
doing
pits.
what it did to PN last week. Mate, you've requested to join the game again. I don't know what you want me to do, pal.
Sven's gone again.
Oh. Monkey Boy's in, look. He's in with his invite.
Fan Tabby fucking Posey. Ah.
Ow. What the fuck colours is that, monkey boy? Jesus Christ. That is awful. DJ Phil in the Lambo even won. I wonder if that High Live is a part of the JW Esports racing team.
Why?
Similar livery to what Wolfenator ran last week with the same colours.
Don't know.
Right. Three, two. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport here for the PS5 season. It is Imola, the second race of the season here on the calendar, and what a track Imola is. We have 14 cars on the circuit. We are having problems getting some other cars onto the grid tonight, and we are missing Dean Wisocki, who is yet to get into the lobby. Either Mutt's Nuts left on a flying lap for the end of free practice one, but I'm your host, Matthew Duffing, joined in the commentary box, as always, by my partner in crime, Dan Davis. Dan, very good evening to yourself. We're here, we stay in Italy, but we're at Imola this time, a completely different circuit to Monza. Good evening, and what do we expect from tonight's action?
Good evening, Matthew. Good evening, everybody else in the Simplay YouTube channel. And yeah, we have stayed in Italy for the second race of the season at the Autodrome Enzo Dino Ferrari Imola. And what an iconic circuit this is. Obviously, very famous for many, many reasons. Probably one of the saddest reasons of all of the loss of Ayrton Senna, but nonetheless we still race here and it still produced some fantastic racing. And to be honest, Matthew, it's one of my personal favourites. I do love this circuit, and I seem to do quite well around here. And yeah, I think this circuit really does separate the men from the boys. It's all about being patient in some sectors. It's also being brave in others. And it's really about pushing the limits around here. And speaking of limits, it's very easy to go out of limits here because the track limits are very strict around here. But nonetheless, I'm looking forward to a great night's worth of racing here at Imola. And like I said, we keep an eye out for people trying to keep within track limits. And it's very, very difficult to overtake. There's probably only 2, maybe 3 overtaking opportunities. But 2 of them, you do have to be at a decent advantage pace to get past the car in front. But I'm good. I'm looking forward to it. And yourself?
Very good, thank you, Dan. And you're very, very right. A very tricky circuit, different compared to Monza, like we said. A lot more overtaking opportunities at Monza. Here, though, a bit more different, as we did lose Sven just a moment ago. He's having internet problems tonight, so hopefully he can get back in. And yeah, like we say, 13 drivers at the moment. Hopefully 14 if Sven can sort his connection out and we can get back in. But it is PN who will lead us away, who's on his first outlap at the moment. He will be the first man to start a flying lap. This gives us time to go through the championship order, which stands like this. Currently, it is Sven who leads the championship. 2 points clear of Porto, who is not here tonight, with Fury 8 points behind. Green Wolfenator isn't here. He's 11 off the back of the championship leader. PM Motorsport, the guy we're currently on, P5, 13 points off the back with Cranky Duckhead P6, DJ Phil is P7 on 38, Dean on 36 with Alpha Co CB 34, Smoky Devil 32, Hypertech is on 30. As I believe we just get Sven back in the lobby now. Yes, we do. Hypertech is on 30. Daz Automatic P12 on 28. We then have Tech Leader on 26. E. McKizzle on 24. The Mutts Knots retirement last week. He is P15 on no points, which is why he will not be participating in qualifying tonight. He has a qualifying ban. PN drove straight into the pit lane there, meaning Daz will be the first man on a lap. Lucas Roth yet to turn up for a race this season. Philippe Sank yet to turn up for a race this season. High Life is here tonight. Great to see High Life with us, as we also have Dean Wasocki not here tonight. Will have to serve a qualifying ban for retirement llast week. Bernie Ernie not here. Will have to serve a qualifying ban. Monkey Boy on his first outing. What can he do tonight? It's going to be interesting to see. THG Gert Jan, he will not be here tonight. Had to pull out late in the day. And B. Brems apologies if I've mispronounced that one, but Brems Colts, I do believe, is not able to get into the lobby. He's struggling to get an invite, as is one of our new drivers as well. But High Life here, in for his first race. It should be a cracking one to see, as Daz is coming through the middle part of his lap and is about to start what will, about to finish what will be his first flying lap through the middle sector towards the chicane they come. And while we look at the chicane and watch Daz at the moment, I noticed Dan did something on stream Thursday night, so I'm going to copy him pretty much now and do it again here.
I did two things.
You did put the championship standings on, which I forgot to do today. I was meant to do that. As you can see, the layout of Imola, Daz coming down towards Ravazza as we speak at the moment. It's going to be an interesting part of the circuit to get absolutely bang on, and we can go on board Daz for a lap through this circuit. In fact, tell you what, I've pressed drive, it's gone to Fury. So let's take a look at a lap on the dashboard camera of Fury as he exits Ravazza, then down towards turn 1. Dan, you come out the final corner, you've got a long way down this start straight, probably the longest straight on the circuit, and a great chance to make some moves into turn 1.
Turn 1 is probably the best part about this circuit. It's the best opportunity for a overtaking opportunity, as it then leads into Tamburello. But you do have to have a good exit out the final corner to get it done into Tamburello, into 1, 2 and 3. So
through Tamburello, Fury comes as he heads down now towards Villeneuve, 5 and 6. As he comes through into the left, brake a little bit more before you turn it right. You've got a bit of a straight now. You don't want to run too wide into the gravel trap before you head down to Tozer, the hairpin down where it's easy to outbrake yourself.
It is very easy, and it's also a weird corner as well. The curb doesn't quite sit flush with the corner, and it's very easy to run that curb and lose grip. But as long as you get a good traction, good exit, you should be able to head up towards then the top end of the circuit.
You come through Piratella, long left-hander, a bit of a hurry up and wait corner. Use the runoff curb as you come straight downhill. Don't do a George Russell before you have to flick it to the double right of the Acqui Minolari section. And Dan, very easy section to get horribly wrong. Double right-hander into a left before you head to the chicane.
Yeah, you need a good all-round base car and very good mechanical grip, because it will need to be able to take that abuse going down into the dip as you then head up towards the chicane of Alta.
Alta, then you go through, make sure you hit as much curb as you can, bouncing through the Variante Alta. Good run then downhill as you have a little right hand kink. You don't even feel that before your heavy brakes as you come into Ravazza for the final time. A double left hander this time, and Dan, it's easy to outbrake yourself at the first part of Ravazza and end up wide into the gravel trap.
Yeah, it's a tricky, you come out to a very fast right-handed, brake in heavy downhill, and then obviously into a 2 lefts, which will be a 90 left, and it's all about getting that braking point right and getting the car to turn in. And if you do have a good exit and a good run to the line, you'll be able to do a 43.5, but obviously a lot faster in practice already. I think Fury did a 42.5, so he's about a second off his fastest right now. He
is at the moment. As Bernard in the chat asked why they have a penalty to miss the qualifying. They retired from the race last time out, and here at Simplay Motorsport we try and encourage drivers to finish the races no matter how many problems they have in terms of getting to the end. So it is currently Fury the fastest man out on track. Dean Wasocki has got in the lobby. He is on a qualifying ban as well, so he will serve that. It is Daz, 25,000th of a second behind Fury at the moment. High Life on his debut here at Simplay Motorsport. absolutely giving it his best he can. The 666 Porsche 992, 8 tenths off the back of the pole. Tech leader in his Mercedes, currently 4th before the Cranky Duckhead is P5. PN's currently sat P6 with Monkey Boy in 7th and DJ Phil in 8th. Monkey Boy, though, is heading towards the line. In the Porsche 992, can he improve on his time? 4 seconds off the pole lap at the moment, gets the line and stays within that 4 seconds. Next car is car 11, and this is Alpha Co CB, the American driver, towards the line now and goes P9. Car behind him, 38, that'll be the new Dean, who is going to try and put a lap time in his Ferrari 296.
A lot of Ferraris on track once again, back at their home circuit here in Imola. And the Ferrari goes into P6 of Dean there. As we've got a couple more cars coming out of the final corner. And I believe it's Daz and Fury.
Daz on an invalid lap time at the moment, so Fury the one on a valid one. Does he improve on his lap? Line is more on that kink. He does, nearly within half a second. 77 of tech leader Dan, who's having a good time of it in pro at the moment. He's getting some good results on a Thursday night. Can he achieve a good result here tonight in the PS5 version? Different car for him.
I bet it's a bit weird jumping from a mid-engine car to a front-engine car out of the Mercedes, but he seems to be hustling this beast around here. So we'll see how he gets on as Smoky Devil crosses line. He goes P5. I think Cranky Duckhead, the only Honda here tonight, coming towards the finish line as well. He's currently 3.2 off the pace, and across the line he goes, and no improvement.
No improvement at all. PN, the next car on a valid lap. He's coming towards the line now. 3.9 off the pole time at the moment. What can PN Motorsport do as he crosses the line now? 3.7. So finds a small little improvement, but not enough there. Monkey Boy will then be the next driver to the line, taking a lot of curb through the final part of Ravazza there. Then I believe he was in talks with you over the Porsche 992 in terms of like what car to drive for this Sunday evening.
Yeah, we were just finishing off in the Pro-Am night. And he was online on the PS5 version, and he was just having to play over a couple of cars. And he gave my opinion of what I would drive, and he's given the Porsche a go, and he seemed to enjoy it quite a lot. And here he is running it.
Here he is running it as Alpha Co still off the back of the pace at a minute. Car 38, that is Dean. He's going to come to line. He improves to go P6. So a good lap there from Dean. Daz Automatic just under half a second behind Fury at the moment. He'll be trying to close down that gap as through he comes in his yellow and red McLaren 720S. Evo goes P1. Fury then right behind him towards the line himself. No improvement for Fury. So Daz, 42.8 at the moment. Time starting to come down, Dan. Track temperature up to 26 degrees. It is really getting warm out there.
It is getting warm out there. Track's getting hot. Cars are struggling with tyres. They're going to get a bit of blisters here and there as tech leader stays P4. And yeah, you guys will have to start looking after their tyres and maintaining them for the rest of the lap.
DJ Phil coming round as we say good evening to Dean Wasaki in the chat. DJ Phil currently down in P10. Can he find any time? No, he cannot. Car 31. That will be the Cranky Duckhead, who is the next one on a valid lap before that of PN Motorsport behind him. Cranky Duckhead will be the first one to finish qualifying. Goes P6 in the Honda NSX. Not a bad time from the Cranky Duckhead. PN needs to find 1.2 seconds if he's to get ahead of Dean in this qualifying session. Where will this put him on the grid? He lines up P8. At the moment, he did improve slightly. It's Monkey Boy, though, who could try and get ahead of DJ Phil. 0.2 of a second, DJ Phil is currently out qualifying. And DJ Phil, obviously, as we know, running the older version of the Lamborghini.
Arguably should be running the Evo 2, in my opinion. The much better car. Handles better. It's a little bit longer as well in wheelbase, so it is a bit more stable. But in my opinion, I think DJ Phil's missed a trick here with the new one, or he probably doesn't have the packs. So obviously we'll see about that. But it's an interesting choice for DJ Phil, but it is the M4 of, I was going to say M3 then, the M4 of Fury. I mean, we've had the M6, we have the M4, we might as well have the M3. He has a big moment on exit, but
has that just cost him?
That's probably thrown away pole position.
Like Lando Norris in the Formula 1, he's backed off. Fury has bailed, so the only man who can really stop Daz is High Life, and Fury only needed 2 pole positions to take 25. It is High Life now that can stop him because the car in front of car 11, that is Alpha Co, peels into the pits. He was on an invalid lap. High Life then is going to come to the start-finish straight. What will he do as he gets there? He's currently a second off of Daz. Stays a second off of Daz. Car 53, this will be DJ Phil. Will he improve on his time? Needs a second to get ahead of PM Motorsport. To the line he comes, and no, does improve but stays P9. So that then is your qualifying. And really, I don't think Daz Automatic would have expected, Dan, a P1.
Excuse me, no. My bad. I'm good now.
So good.
Wrong hole. Yeah, I think Sven's struggling to get into the lobby here.
Yeah.
But it should be an interesting night's worth of racing ahead of us. And I don't think Daz really was expecting a pole position there. But nonetheless, that McLaren is very good. The new one especially. And yeah, I think we'll see how Daz gets on with it as...
yeah, the Cranky Duckhead and CB have both missed the start of this race.
Not good at all, as they all start to work their way to the start of this race. 1 hour long race. It's going to be a long one, but nonetheless, these guys have to tackle the challenges of Imola.
Race winner, Dan, for you?
Fury.
Yeah, I'm going to go high life, see what the debutantes can do.
Well, I'm currently stuck in drive, so that's handy.
Poll going out, top 4 in the qualifications, all there for you to vote on throughout this stream
what
tonight.
Fury's doing here.
No, yeah, he's not gone double file. That could penalise Fury for being out.
Well, Daz was on pole, so he gets to choose which side he wants.
Yeah, this could penalise Joey here for being out of position at the start. Obviously, I believe as well they have the screens to keep your eyes on to make sure they stay within where they need to.
Or maybe that's what's happening here.
Possibly so. Well, it's a green light. Nobody's been told of a penalty at the moment. We are away then in this race. Alpha Co misses the start, as does the Cranky Duckhead, but down towards Tamburello they all come now. They're filtering through. It is Daz who's going to be on the inside, and High Life looks to make it 3 into 1 at Tamburello. He's had to cut the corner, and High Life has to go across the grass at turn 1, which puts Fury into the lead. Him and Daz now still side by side. Through the exit of Tamburello they come down towards Villeneuve. High Life tucks back in behind Daz now, and just in front of Tech Leader, but they are all away relatively cleanly, and Dan, High Life making the mistake, making it interesting to go 3 wide at turn 1.
Yeah, Fury did exactly what he needed to do. Around the outside, he went and he got the job done on Daz. Now all we have to do is disappear into the distance. But meanwhile, High Life has got his own issues now. He's got Tech Leader in the Mercedes really hustling the back of him. And Smoky Devil is not too far away in the other BMW.
BMW looks a strong car here, as does the McLaren and the Mercedes. They're trying to put pressure on High Life as Smoky Devil looked like he got a little closer there to the back of... Tech Leader there, apologies. Much nuts, by the way. He's come from by the back of the pack. He's already running up in 7th place. And Hassel in the back of Monkey Boy just taps him. And it's been a bit of a domino effect. Dean's tapped him. Dean Wasoki, I think, has then tapped Hypertech. Hypertech rejoins in front of PM Motorsport. It's all a bit pro-am down the back of the grid. Cranky Duckhead, by the way, and Alpha Co. I don't think... or a lap down, I believe, on this version, because it's not the full formation lap. They are on the lead lap, so they are still in this race. But it is High Life putting pressure on at the front to Daz Automatic already at the start of this race.
Fury once again showing that he can just set the car off alive right at the beginning of the race and then just pull away from everyone else. And this is some of Fury's great advantages. I've obviously seen the back of his BMW multiple times in GT4, and he's just able to set the car alive on the first lap and just get the jump. And right now, he is pulling away from him. He's got a 3-second gap already after lap 1.
He's already got a 3-second gap. It's High Life in P3 chasing down Daz, who's 2nd place. Tech Leader try and stay with him. Smoky Devil not being able to replicate the M4's great power here, although he's done the fastest lap of the race. That one doesn't really mean anything. That'll be just because they're down to the race start. Monkey Boy's P6. Much Nuts has fell right off the back here after tapping the rear of Monkey Boy. Then it is Dean. DJ Phil sticking to the back of Dean in his Ferrari 296. PM Motorsport, Hypertech, Dean Wasoki, all with front end damage to their cars. The Cranky Duckhead, then Alpha Co CB down the order at the moment then, but it is DJ Phil who's hassling the back of this Ferrari 296. Phil looking to get inside the top 8. He's looking up the inside at Tozer. Can't get it done there. Hypertech was wide out this year. Villeneuve chicane. He's now on the grass. Dean Wasoki's going to go up the inside. Thank you, Mama, for the McDonald's. He'll probably say thanks to the sponsorship on the side of his car.
Thank you, Mama, for the Big Mac. And off he goes.
Happy meal. Whoa, DJ Phil! Pulls out from behind Dean and absolutely loses the rear end. He has to take to the grass to cut the corner and nearly wipes Dean out with it. That's allowed Pierre Motorsport through, and Pierre Motorsport's now running into P9. I'm not sure. That doesn't look great, though, does it?
The front left looks very, like, droopy.
Yeah, it does.
It looks...
hard to tell.
Does it?
Hard to tell as Dean Wisoki's coming under pace from under attack from Hypertech once again here, all with damage to the front end of their car. Very, very late into the chicane there for Dean. He's lost out to Hypertech. He's got that horribly wrong. Back to the front of the grid though. High Life's just starting to lose out a little bit to Daz. And what is the gap? Daz to Fury, because Fury absolutely steamrolling away here. It's 3.8 and he sets the fastest lap, does he? It went purple briefly and then has it gone purple?
Yeah,
I wonder if that was an invalid lap. Oh yeah, so your end's, you've got purple. Right.
I've got purple, yeah.
Ah, okay, yeah, I have now. For some reason, when I press High Life, but not when I press certain drivers. Down then, towards Hypertech, who's got himself ahead of Dean Wisoki. Dean's coming under pressure from the cranky duckhead in the Honda, who's going to pull to that inside line before Tamburello. Dean struggling with a bit of front-end damage. That'll be affecting his straight-line performance, and he's been overtaken by the Honda before turn one. And Dean down to 12th place. Cranky Duckhead up to 12. Up to 12th. Dean down to 13th. Hypertech the next car to target as DJ Phil once again is trying to get on the back of Dean. Good battles down this rear end of the pack.
You just missed it as well. Other Dean got overtaken by PN going into Tamburello. And you can see that the front of Dean's car is hampered. And PN just got a much better run through turn one. Had the grip, had the confidence to just keep the car there, and obviously a very wounded Dean. He's waiting for that pit window to open.
Yeah, he is indeed, as DJ Phil looking all over the rear end of Dean. Then as they come through Piratella down towards the Variante Alta. No, Aquaminalore, sorry. They're coming down to its Alta, the chicane just after Minalore. DJ Phil looking all over the back of Dean at the moment. The cranky duckhead as well, straight onto the rear end of Hypertech. So he's gapped Dean Wisoki and he's now onto the back of Hypertech. DJ Phil though looking at the inside of the chicane. Dean's gone deep. Phil bounces off the first sausage curb, gets a good run out the second part of the chicane, and DJ Phil, P9, he is charging at the moment as DJ Phil. Cranky duckhead now on the back of Hypertech down the back of the pack as well. He now pulls out to the outside of what will be Ravazza. Oh, two wheels bounces off of Hypertech and into the wall. I didn't even realise that was a big curb there.
I didn't even realise that was possible on ACC, especially in a Honda. Well, I've never seen a lawnmower go two wheels.
Must have been a big stone on that part of the grass where the cranky duckhead was. Hypertech has boxed to repair his damage, but cranky duckhead there, two wheels off into the wall. Daz, by the way, has fell 5 seconds behind Fury. Fury is checked out at the moment. Fastest lap still for him. High Life though, Dan, bringing the gap back down to Daz Automatic at this early stage of the race.
Well, like I said, you don't want to let Fury get away that quickly, because once he gets out in front, you don't ever see him again. Like I said, from past experiences, Fury just hooks it up and off he goes. High Life, I think, has actually got a little bit of rear end damage, so High Life could possibly be going a little bit quicker, but the rear end just doesn't look quite stable enough, as Daz has managed to get away with no damage at the start of the race. So he's got a very clean McLaren against probably a wounded little Porsche at the minute, but we will see as High Life really abuses the chicane of Alta there and really trying to get a good run. Meanwhile, Smokey Devil in the background has caught the Mercedes of Tech Leader.
He has caught the Mercedes of Tech Leader, and Smokey Devil really trying to put Tech Leader under pressure. The BMW M4 seems a good car around here. Back down to Dean and the cranky duckhead. Gap's just gone back up over a second, so Dean's just extended that one. But to Daz Automatic on High Life here, who really has got some good pace in that Porsche with that little rear end damage. As Dan says, you can just see the few scuff marks on the back end. They're being able to drop Tech Leader, but they cannot stick with Fury. Fury seems to be good at setting a car up and pulling away. Daz, though, doing a fantastic job up in P2 at the moment. I'm sure he'll absolutely take this. Smokey, though, right on the rear wing of Tech Leader within that 0.6 of a second mark. So that BMW M4 starting to come alive for the Scotsman.
I've just gone in to drive to see, I think Hypertech's got major damage to the front end of his car, and as I'm going on the lap times, Fury is in the 43s while the rest of them are in the 44s. The only one in the 43s is High Life, and he's really pressuring the back of Daz Automatic now.
Interesting thing, DJ Phil's come into the pit lane. Now, I didn't see much damage on DJ Phil's car, but he's into the pits. There's Smokey Devil gaining on Tech Leader. High Life still trying to gain on Daz, up and over then into Piratelli. You've got the Cranky Duckhead as well, trying to hunt down the rear wing of Dean Wasocki, who's trying to hunt down the other Dean in front of him, who's breaking on the grass. Into Villeneuve was the Ferrari of Dean, and a drive-through penalty for Hypertech. Well, when it rains, it pours.
Seems to be an ongoing thing with Hypertech. He always seems to get a drive-through at the minute.
He does at the moment.
But yeah, it needs to slow down coming into the pits, lad.
0.3 of a second. High life to Dad's automatic. Fury flying out front at the moment with his championship rival Sven having internet problems. That'll be no point scored for him. The Cranky Duckhead. Oh, getting very close under braking into Ravazza there.
Are you a little bit ahead of me? Because
I don't
Cranky
know.
Duckhead.
Not the Cranky Duckhead, sorry, High Life. Apologies.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for picking me up on that one.
I was confused, because the Cranky Duckhead is going side by side with Dean Wasocki as they went to outer, and he's missed his brakes, he's gone wide, and yeah, he's given Dean that place back.
Right, it was High Life who got close to the back of Daz, under braking into Ravat, so he's now very close to the back of Daz through Tamburello, and as they exit Tamburello down towards Villeneuve, I tell you what, the Porsche here of High Life really looking good value for money at the moment. Daz's McLaren doesn't look too bad, but it's just not able to have the pace. You wonder if High Life will be able to get past Daz and start to chip away at Fury's lead. Smoky Devil in the background with DJ Phil coming out the pit lane right in front of Tech Leader and Smoky Devil. DJ Phil moves out the way now, and Smoky gaining on the back once again.
I'm not sure why DJ Phil pitted, unless he thought, oh, I'm going to have to pit now because Hypertech pitted and thought, oh, I can pit in this window. But clearly, mistake or miscommunication here is Cranky Duckhead, once again, is still trying to hustle the back of Dean Wasocki. And Dean's still hanging in there, even though he's got major damage to the front end of that BMW.
He has indeed major front end damage, but it seems that every time Cranky Duckhead gets past Dean Wasocki, he's the one making a mistake that allows Dean back through. So it's struggling to make progression through the field. Back towards Smoky Devil at the front. He is right on the back of Tech Leader now as they come towards the chicane for the 5th time in this race. And Smoky Devil absolutely charging onto the back of Tech Leader.
Yeah, absolutely charging. Meanwhile, just High Life is looking to make a move down into the final sector, into the final 2 corners. He had a sniff up an opportunity. Daz has gone wide, and that has given the Porsche driver the inside for the final corner. And as long as he keeps it clean and under control, he is now up into 2nd place position. Daz automatic, a tiny mistake there, and it was enough for the Porsche of High Life to get past.
And now we get to see if High Life can chip away at Fury's lead as Smoky Devil, just in that slipstream of the Mercedes. I don't believe that BMW is able to make the grounds on the Mercedes-Benz as they come through. Hypertech has just cleared his drive-through penalty then. Cranky Duckhead is off at the chicane. So we've just gone back to see if he's still catching Dean. He's off at the chicane. And that is pretty much his battle with Dean done for the time being. Smoky Devil now then really hassling the back of Tech Leader through Tamburello. It looks like the Mercedes Dan has a bit more grunt in the straight line to pull Tech Leader away from Smoky, but Smoky great through the corners it seems at the minute.
Yeah, the BMW is well balanced, so it can use its grunt at times. So it's not very fast in a straight line, but it can abuse the curbs a lot better than the Mercedes. So I think Smoky's in a good opportunity here, but it's just so difficult to overtake here in Imola.
It is so easy to overtake here.
Oh, he's looking, he's made contact.
Oh yeah, just a little bit of contact made there from Smoky. Let's Tech Leader have the place back. And so
that
far,
was a frustration
so
tap,
good.
that was.
Very much so. Looking to make the move, looking to get it done, but couldn't get the move done on Tech Leader. That was very much frustration from Smoky Devil right there. Tech Leader still on the back of him now, and already, look, you see High Live's already chipped a couple of tenths away from Fury's lap time, and has also gapped Daz to 1.8. So High Life clearly got some pace in this race at the minute.
Yeah, I think the Porsche is an all-round good car around here. There's not a lot of straights for it to lose out in its straight line disadvantage, and it's well balanced. Obviously, with the engine being in the rear, it's able to keep the car balanced and point and put it in the exact position that you want it. So at the minute, High Life doesn't seem too bothered by the damage on the rear end and is able to push the Porsche to the limit. But there you go, 6 tenths is now the gap between him and Fury. So he's got pace, but I don't think he's on the pace of Fury.
No, neither do I. Good evening to Benedict Varga and to Fury's mum in the chat as here comes Smoky Devil once again towards Tamburello. Tries to break late. You just see the damage on that left-hand side of the core of Tech Leader, then just where Smoky would have caught it. I'm sure Smoky's going to have some on that right-hand side, but through Tamburello, Smoky gets such a launch down towards Villeneuve. Is he going to make and look for that similar move once again, Smoky Devil? No, he does not. Thinks about waiting a little longer here this time around. Mutz Nuts hasn't made the progression through the field. He's still down in P7 after that blistering start, and this down the closest fight on track.
It was going to be a bit difficult after from that point onwards. I mean, Monkey Boy is 12 seconds off of Smokey, so I think the Mutz Nuts is really just looking to try and catch Monkey Boy and see what happens regarding damages and pit stops. So the Mutz Nuts got a lot of work to do, but nonetheless, Smoky Devil is the man who's pressurising the Mercedes driver of Tech Leader, and I think he's getting to a point now. Smokey's getting so frustrated, he needs to just keep it cool, keep it calm, and then try and force Tech Leader into a mistake.
What we have to remember is this is an hour race. There's still 46 minutes left. Pit window will open in 6 minutes' time, and this allows Smoky Devil really to have that opportunity to wait and pass Tech Leader when he needs to. The problem is there's a podium possibly on offer for him because Daz has lost 2.3 seconds to High Life, who, you're right, Dan, can't stick with Fury. 8.2 is the gap out front now, and Smoky Devil will really want to make that extra point, an extra move count here. But he's just frustratingly sat behind the Mercedes. A Tech Leader who went a little wide on the second part of Ravazza. Does this give Smoky Devil the run down towards Tamburello? He's in the slipstream of the Mercedes. Will that Mercedes power just pull him along? BMW versus Mercedes, German versus German engineering. And here comes the BMW. Going to go to the outside of Tamburello, is he? Who's going to be later on the brakes? He just dips a wheel or two on the grass. Oh, he's tapped Tech Leader!
Contact.
Tech Leader!
That was a bit ambitious there from Smoky Devil, but Tech Leader front and massive damage. Bonnet is up, the bumper's hanging off. He's just going to make sure he doesn't get involved in any collisions with anyone else as DJ Phil goes through. But I think that was a bit optimistic there from Smoky Devil.
It was a little bit there. Tech Leader for a second week in a row has been caught up in an incident. He had bad damage, if you remember, last week at Monza. And that is huge damage. Monkey Boy's managed to find a way through. That'll put the Mutz Nuts up a place. So we say his progression has been halted. He looks fine here. PN, who got a top 5 last week. He'll be looking for another place. And that a Tech Leader you have to feel, because 5 minutes till the pit window opens. That is huge damage for Tech Leader. Really is going to hurt him in this race.
Yeah, he's limping. He's probably got the meatball flag as well. So he's literally just trying to get the front end home. And at this point, it might be just worth just putting it in the pits and just come back out then. But yeah, Tech Leader is going to be wasting a lot of time just trying to drag that Mercedes home.
He is indeed, as PM Motorsport is trying to gain onto. In fact, now he's past that of Tech Leader. Dean is not a million miles away. Dean Wisocki trying to hunt down Dean as well. Cranky Duckhead's bringing that gap back down to Dean Wisocki. CB, he's coming into the pit, so not sure why here, but the Aston Martin coming into the pits a lap early. Daz is about to lap him, so this will allow DJ Phil to try and unlap him, to try and get past, and it will allow Hypertech to try and unlap himself. But for Tech Leader, you really have to feel sorry for us. Here comes Dean and Dean Wisocki and the Cranky Duckhead to get through. Really, really is unfortunate there. Smokey 2 wheels on the grass. You just wonder if that broke the traction in terms of him hitting the brakes. But Tech Leader, what a shame for him, as Hypertech once again in the pit lane.
High Life is behind Daz.
High Life is behind Daz.
What's happened there?
He's also 2.1 behind Daz, so it's a fair margin, that.
Okay, I'm on it. Investigation time.
So High Life may have made a mistake here. What a shame for him if he has. He's got to do all the hard work yet again to get back towards Daz Automatic, but at the minute, it's Tech Leader we all have to feel sorry for. He's peeling off into the pit lane. He has just lost out to Dean and the Cranky Duckhead. He will also lose out to DJ Phil. CB's done in the pits. Hypertech's still stationary in the pit lane, and I'm on his. And I can't see what he's done there. Maybe a puncher for Hypertech. I'm not too sure, but away he goes back into this race. Yet another pit stop, but it is Fury who leads from Daz Automatic, who's gapped High Life a little more. He's then going to have Smoky Devil hunting him down. 42 minutes left in this race. Dan, what have you found out?
That the replay is really long. So he's gone into outer, and it's the second chicane, the second part of the chicane. He's hit the curb, the rears hadn't liked it, and it's bounced over, and he's lost the rear, and he's in the grass, and he loses out to Daz Automatic. So that's where he's lost the time.
There we go then, to a mistake at Variante Alta then. Daz, 12.9 off the back of Fury. High Life has to do it all again. He's 2.4 off the back of Daz. Smoky Devil, 3.7 behind Monkey Boy on his first outing here in the Porsche 992. Currently in P5, he's got the Much Nuts in his Porsche 992 just behind him. 2.765 off the back. It might not be that as they come towards the line here. PN running in P7. He was P5 last week. He's running in P7 this week at the moment. PN having a good start to his PS5 campaign. Obviously, the driver in Amu's up for the championship in a four-way fight there. He's actually just gained on the Mutsnuts a little bit, so PN going well. Dean, P8. Dean Wasocki, P9. Cranky Duckhead, P10. DJ Phil is down in 11th with Tech Leader 12th, and I believe Alpha Co will pass Tech Leader at this moment on the track.
Tech Leader is in the pits, and Alpha is now exiting the final corner, so yes, he should be able to get him. So Tech Leader and Hypertech all both having issues and problems, and both coming off worse, as Alpha now goes up ahead of Tech Leader. But High Live, he's got a lot of work to do once again to get back on the rear end of Daz, but the man who's probably on the move the most, it is the Mutts Nuts, who's trying to hunt down a Monkey Boy.
He is,
and he's
indeed
giving him a little flash to say, look lad, I'm coming for you.
He is coming for him. Got the green lights, it looks like, today. Obviously, PS5 is, you can change the banner, you can change the colour of your lights, have your auxiliary lights, brilliant to see. So
they still flicker
yes.
white, but yes, they do have extra fancy lights,
a greenish
on the
sort
cars.
of tint to them.
Oh.
Big wiggle through the chicane. He's got the gap down now under a second. PN still 6.8 to the Mutts Nuts, so he's still got a good fight here. PN has. He's got a chance that if these two start toward each other up and battle, he could gain on the back. Cranky Duckhead back within 2 seconds of Dean Wasocki, so we'll keep our eyes on that fight too. But it's the Mutts Nuts who is just ahead of Monkey Boy so far. All new to Monkey Boy, this obviously racing in the Bentley and Pro-Am on a Wednesday night. Has been a reserve driver in the GT4s as well, and he's approaching, I believe, that after tonight, this will be his 200th race this week, whether it's GT4
We've
or...
lost a driver.
We have lost a driver.
I'm just looking to see who.
High Live! It's High Live!
High Live.
So I'm not sure what's happened to High Live. If he can get back in the lobby, that'll be brilliant. Oh no, what a shame.
That is a shame.
Because he was running really well here with High Live. And that'll be no points for him. Unless he gets back in, as we was looking at Hypertech. He's got Fury just behind him. Cranky Duckhead back within a second. Mutts Nuts, though, really on that rear wing of Monkey Boy now.
Yeah, he's starting to pressurise Monkey Boy, and Monkey Boy's used to taking pressure. But will he be able to keep the Mutts up behind him? I'm just trying to find High Live to see if it was a retirement or a
disconnection.
Disconnection.
While Dan does that, Monkey
Disconnection.
Boy, disconnection. Ah, well, hopefully he can get himself back in then, ready for this second, ready for the rest of this race. He'll score points, even though he may lose some laps. He will score points for the end, and that's the biggest thing here. His points on the board in this championship season already is going to be crucial for him. Monkey Boy, though, coming under some immense pressure from that of the Mutts Nuts already in this race. As Dean Wasocki's in the pits, pit window open. Alpha Co in the pits, Tech Leader still in the pits, Hypertech in the pits. So Tech Leader will have to go around and pit again. Hypertech and Alpha Co done. Dean Wasocki straight in for his damage. And that is interesting for Dean. He'll get that pit stop out of the way. He's chosen to come in early, get the damage out of the way, and have a clean car for the rest of the 38 minutes.
And it's the same with Alpha and Tech Leader, but Tech Leader has done his pit stop. But he is a lap down again from Hypertech. So Tech Leader is just going to be wishing this race away now.
Yeah, he's going to be wishing this race away.
This PN just comes right in the middle of these two, really struggling to get back into sync here.
Just trying to find High Live on the friends list, just trying to see if we can give him an invite back, see if he can get back in. There we go. I've done that. Right. So Monkey Boy now being pressured by the Mutts Nuts massively. PN 10 seconds. He's lost time to these front two. Monkey Boy's got DJ Phil just in front of him. Dean's out the pits as well as Alpha Co and Hypertech. Tech Leader's also out the pits, but it's going to be another bad night for Tech Leader in terms of points here in this one. What a shame for him as well. And Monkey Boy now coming under some immense pressure from the Mutznuts, who is really putting pressure. Porsche v Porsche. So a lot of the German cars having a good battle out there tonight. And Mutznuts, he retired last week. He had a bad night of it at Monza. Better return for him this week. Obviously seems to be having a bit more luck this time out.
Yeah, better return indeed, because he's not ended up in a wall, and he's really trying to give Monkey Boy a hard time. But Monkey Boy doing the right thing there, just keeping his car in the middle of the circuit. And the Mutznuts will try and have to get a good exit out of the final corner and try and attack him into turn 1 of Tamburello.
Yeah, he will indeed. They both don't pit this time around, and the Mutznuts still in that slipstream of Monkey Boy. Monkey Boy, though, will have DJ Phil. DJ Phil will be receiving blue flags shortly, you'd imagine. Not just yet, but very shortly he'll be receiving blue flags. Can't see any of the Marshals posts waving them at the moment. And that's the bonus of LCC. You can see the Marshals posts wave the blue flags. So Monkey Boy not close enough to DJ Phil. PN pit straight away. Wonder if he's got any damage on his car. Let's take a look at his stream. Yeah, 34 seconds. He's turned his tyre change off, so it's going to be a 16-second pit stop. Obviously, there is no tyre change for these drivers. It is just a mandatory pit stop for them to do. So we'll see if High Life gets himself back in. Tech Lead, though, he's got on the back of Monkey Boy. Just doesn't seem like he's able to attack Monkey Boy.
Like I said, it's very difficult to overtake around here at Imola, and it's just, you need to have that extra advantage of pace to get past. And Monkey Boy, all he has to do is just plant the car in the middle of the circuit, and the Mutznuts can't find a way through. But also, Monkey Boy will be starting to stress, because he has got DJ Phil right in front of him, and he's going to be hampering him at this minute. So dirty air starting to come from the back of the Lamborghini into the two Porsches, and we could see some possible drama with DJ Phil unless he gets right out of the way.
Yeah, and I'm surprised with Phil that he hasn't moved out of the way, but also I'm surprised that one of these guys haven't seen the traffic and thought, right, do you know what, let's duck into the pits now, let's get the pit stop done and out of the way so that we aren't, you know, being held up by these drivers. But they know what they're doing, I'm sure.
Well, Mutznuts knows he's got rear end damage that he has to repair, or he wants to not repair it and come in now, but he needs to decide what he does. If he repairs it, it's going to take him longer in the pits.
Yeah.
So he wants to clear Monkey Boy and make that gap when he does have to repair it.
Yeah,
But
indeed.
if he comes in now and doesn't repair it and lives with the damage, he'll be able to jump Monkey Boy with clean air.
You will indeed. Tech Leader comes back into the pit lane, and Dean and PN both did their pit stops. DJ Phil is nowhere near them and is still a bit ahead of Monkey Boy. I still don't see any Marshals waving the blue flags. That is a big surprise for me. If we go on drive, DJ Phil is actually getting blue flags. So yes, the Marshals aren't waving them. DJ Phil, I'm on drive with him, is getting them, and now lets the two leaders go through. So Monkey Boy and the Mutznuts both get through. Tech Leaders into the pits. Phil still yet to pit. Cranky Duckhead as well didn't pit there. And it is Fury round the back of Ravazza. Stays out on track. Daz just hasn't had an answer for him in this race. Dan, has he? Fury is in a league of his own at the moment.
Yeah, he is indeed. Like I said, once you let Fury disappear, he's gone. And it's going to be taking a heck of a lot to stop him. And he's comfortable in that N4, and Daz just did not get the start right and allowed the High Life and Fury to really abuse him into turn 1, and next thing you know, Fury's 20 seconds down the road.
Oh, Monkey Boy taking a lot of curve through the very anti-helter, the first part of it, and he manages to keep that car going as the Porsche just bounces over the curbs. So Fury nodding, Daz didn't come in, neither did Smokey. Next to is Monkey Boy and the Mutznuts. We know the Cranky Duckhead, car number 31 on the track map. He is actually coming into Aquaminalore now. So will these two pit? They've got 13.5 minutes left on the pit window time. So does DJ Phil behind them. What does DJ Phil do? He bails into the pit lane now. So this is a chance for Dean Wasocki to try and get past DJ Phil, who comes into the pits. But the Mutznuts stand, he's got within 4 tenths. He's just not looked any closer than what he has done really at the moment, has he?
No, and another thing that's probably affecting him right now is dirty air. So it's washing the front end of his car, and he's probably not getting the front grip that he wants. And he's had a big moment there coming out the exit of Tamburello, and he's just started to feel the effect of worn tyres, and Monkey Boy's just doing what he needs to do. And like I said, the longer he takes, the more that Monkey Boy knows his advantages and disadvantages, and he could just react to it, as Monkey Boy does go very deep into the hairpin. And but again, the Mutts Nuts is not there to capitalise.
No, he's not there to capitalise at all. DJ Phil still in the pits, and at the moment, so a long old stop for him. Where is Dean Wasocki? Dean has gone through. So DJ Phil's pits, a very long stop for DJ Phil, and Dean Wasocki moves up into P9. Then Cranky Duckhead didn't pit either, so he's still going. The Mutts Nuts has the damage here, Dan. Do you think an undercut would work for the Mutts Nuts? Get that damage repaired. There's actually now Monkey Boy goes a little wide at then the very at Aquaminalori then, and does this give the Mutts Nuts the run he wants into the very Ante Alta towards the chicane? Porsche v Porsche, side by side. Who breaks late? It is the Monkey Boy who has to hang on the brakes a little longer. The inside line for Mutts Nuts, and he now gets the job done thanks to a mistake from Monkey Boy.
Great respect there from both drivers. Monkey Boy obviously gave him the space and room, and the Mutts Nuts didn't come lunging in like a lunatic. So very good, clean driving from the two of them. And the Mutts Nuts has finally cleared Monkey Boy. And Monkey Boy, if he sees him falling into the pits now, he'll be really frustrated. But we'll see what Mutts Nuts does. He stays out, and Monkey Boy opts to pit.
He's the one who opts to pull the trigger on the undercut. Then knows he made a mistake. Does he think it's time to get these pit stop in and out, done and dusted? Then Monkey Boy into the pits now, and we'll see what he does in this pit stop. So Mutts Nuts with the damage. Smoky Devil 4.9 off the back of Daz. The top drivers though haven't yet pitted. Fury absolutely flying out front at the minute, really chucking it into the very Ante Alta chicane there. Then with nearly halfway stage of this race. And Fury's just been absolutely dominant so far in this one. You cannot say anything other than Fury has been fantastic.
Yeah, he's been very good, and what do you expect from a guy who's won multiple championships, especially side championships? He seems to be the one to stop, and he's leading here, and he'll possibly be leading in the GT4s on Monday, tomorrow night. Make sure you tune in, because we will be at Suzuka for the first round of races. GT4s will hit the track first, and can he stop myself from annoying the hell out of him in the Camaro? We'll see.
Could be a good track for the Camaro, to be fair, tomorrow night. BMW out of Spoon, though, could be scary. Towards 130R.
It's probably more 130R.
Yeah. I reckon the Ginetta might go. Well, let's see what some of the Ginetta drivers can do. Daz stays out on track. Smoky Devil stays out on track. We now look to the Mutts Nuts and the Cranky Duckhead, who are yet to pit also.
Going to be close between Monkey Boy and PN here. Monkey Boy's only now coming off the limiter, and PN is up to speed. So PN's going to be right on the rear wing of that Porsche as they heads up towards Tamburello. And there is PN.
And the biggest thing for PN as well is, like you say, warm tyres in this race. So PN, if he repaired his damage and Monkey Boy had long pit stop. So that's a long pit stop for Monkey Boy there. I wonder if he's changed his tyres in this race. I remember speaking with Fury off air earlier saying that changing tyres, yes, it hurt a little bit. But in the long run, I didn't lose too much time to the leaders and I had the better grip until he had his incident. Dean Wasocki trying to gain on the back of Dean, but he's got a lap car of Alpha Co in front, and he's got to let through the Cranky Duckhead, and Dean lets him through now. He's then got Fury to come as well. Mutts Nuts into the pits. How long a stop's this going to be? Where is Monkey Boy? He's at Piratella. So an interesting one, because it's a long pit lane here, Dan, as well.
It is a very long pit lane, and also the Mutts Nuts has got rear end damage. He's gone green straight away.
Right, so, in, out, job done. He was not messing around. He's kept that rear end damage and he's gone with it. Aquaminalori for PM Motorsport and Monkey Boy. And they're only now coming up to the very Ante Alta as Mutts Nuts coming off the pit limiter. Now, big bounce over the curb, that for Monkey Boy. And that is huge. PN Motorsport gain a little bit of time. I'm sure I saw DJ Phil flashing his lights at PN a minute ago. Yeah, DJ Phil is a lap down to these drivers out front. So PN trying to put Monkey Boy under some pressure. Smokey's lost time to Daz. He does not box. Furio, fastest lap of the race in the world. But PN putting pressure on Monkey Boy now. He's got Dean 25 seconds behind him. He's at very Ante Alta, and Dean Wasocki is only at Toza there then, so he's not close enough to Dean and stays out the way of Fury on the exit to the corner, and Dean gets back up to speed now. He's then got the Mutts Nuts approaching him shortly as PN loses time to Monkey Boy. Well, Monkey Boy's just gone a little deep there into Tamburello. I'll tell you what, he's just struggling to get these tyres up to pressure, it looks like, Monkey Boy now. Just making a little mistake here and there.
Yeah, maybe the Porsche is starting to bite him a little bit. He hasn't quite set up the tyre pressures quite right. He did join this server a little bit late, and he goes wide there. That's going to give PN a sniff an opportunity up into Ravazza, but sorry, I forgot the name. Tozer, that's the one.
Yeah. So on the exit of Tozer, Monkey Boy just still struggling to get his pressures up at the moment, and here comes PM Motorsport, 7/10 off the back of him so far. Oh, Monkey Boy's very, very wide again there. And once again, he's just struggling to keep this within the track. At the moment, Monkey Boy really pushing it hard so far. Not seeing any track limit warnings for drivers so far at the moment on the streams that I have. Next to me, PM Motorsport, Daz Automatic, Hypertech Racing, Fury_CBK, Dean Wisocki and Monkey Boy, all streaming that I can see on Twitch. You'll go and check them drivers out there. As your race leader and the Cranky Duckhead both enter the pit lane. So let's take a look at Fury's pit stop. What is it going to be?
Daz is in as well.
Daz comes in as well. Then what about Smokey Devil? Will he lead the race or will he come in? No, Smokey Devil's going to stay out on the track.
So yeah, Smokey Devil's going to have an opportunity to lead this one, as Monkey Boy and PN are a lap down at the minute. But Cranky Duckhead in the pits, as is Fury, as is Daz. Can Smokey Devil use this opportunity now to try and jump Daz? Because he was slowly creeping onto the back of the McLaren driver.
Yeah, it just makes you wonder a little bit. So PN and Monkey Boy go then onto the lead. Excuse me, onto the lead lap. Obviously, Smokey yet to pit. Fury's away. Cranky Duckhead is away. It doesn't look like the Cranky Duckhead repaired his damage. Daz in the pits as well. That seems a long stop for Daz here. Changing the tyres on his stream, it looks like, at the moment. And he also looks like he picked up some damage because his stop is 36 seconds. So that could really work in the favour of Smokey Devil.
It could indeed. And to be honest, if he's got a while yet to come out of the pits, the Mutt's Nuts is currently in the chicane. So possibly the Mutt's Nuts might have a late charge on the guys.
Well, Daz has just gone green, and he's now got a long way to go still. But the Mutt's Nuts, like you say, he's into Ravazza. He's probably not going to get past. What did we say in the GT4s earlier this season? That you've got to kind of get to Ravazza on the exit before they start to move to know you're going to get past. Daz is off the limiter now. The Mutt's Nuts is going to be closer. PN's within half a second of Monkey Boy here.
Yeah, I think the Mutt's Nuts hasn't repaired his damage, so he reckons that he probably feels like he can drive this car towards the end now. And I think now Daz needs to get those tyres up to pressure and right where he needs them. If he's got the pressures wrong, he will be in trouble. The question is then, will Smokey Devil pit for tyres as well? He's in now.
He's in now, so this is where we're going to see. So Fury has just gone through Aquamin Alari. Daz is at Tozer. Mutt's Nuts not a million miles behind Daz. PM Motorsport still within half a second of Monkey Boy. And everybody's now up to the Cranky Duckhead. He's on the lead lap. Cranky Duckhead will be on the lead lap. Dean's only 6 seconds behind him. Dean Wisocki's losing time to the other Dean.
Missed his box.
Oh, he's missed his box, so he's had to go backwards.
Yeah, he's gone backwards. He's in the pits. The question is he changing tyres? No, he's just been dropped, and away he goes. Fury's now on the exit of the final corner.
He's going to clear Daz by a mile.
Yeah, he is. Quite easily.
Smokey Devil, he's going to be P2 here. Here comes Fury then. We're about to see Smokey Devil exit the pits. Fury then goes past Smokey Devil as Smokey exits the pit lane now. Daz isn't even braking to Ravazza, so Smokey Devil, great strategy, he's up into P2.
Did Fury change tyres then? Because Smokey's gained a lot of time there.
I think when I looked at Fury's stream, he had changed tyres, yes.
So Fury changed tyres, and he's still got quite a comfortable lead, and he's going to be quick towards the end. But Daz opting to change tyres. Smokey opting not to, nor the Mutt's Nuts. But I do think if they can hold those tyres on, it depends how much they'll drop off. That's the question.
Whoa, Monkey Boy really bounced off the very anti-alta once again there, and he hops, skips and jumps over the curb. That is allowing PN to just stick within touch of Monkey Boy. Also, the Cranky Duckhead, I've noticed, has been passed by Dean then, and was a little slow there. Was that just to allow Smokey Devil through? No, he's got massive front-end damage. So the Cranky Duckhead, who was running in the top 7, big front-end damage. This could allow Dean to get past him. But for PN, Dan, Monkey Boy still just making them little mistakes to let PN stay onto the back of him.
The Cranky Duckhead's got massive front end and rear end damage, so I don't know what's happened there, but he's pretty much straight lining everything. Dean Wasocki is in the hairpin of Toaster, so he's then heading up towards the middle part of this middle sector, and right now the Cranky Duckhead will have to pay. He's straight line the chicane. He's got major damage to that car, and still PN within 9/10 of Monkey Boy.
Yeah, he is indeed. Gap's open up to 1.3 now, so has Monkey Boy just started to get his tyres in a good window. Good evening to Aidan Bennett in the chat. Nice to see you here, Aidan. Obviously, it's been a very, very long time. Much nuts then. 10 seconds off the back of Daz Automatic. Can he hunt that gap down? Smokey Devil's actually gained time. He's 7.8 off the back of Fury. So whatever Smokey's doing here, it's working at the moment.
Well, again, has Fury got his pressures right? Has he set the car up correctly for when he comes into the pits? That's the question. So, meanwhile, Daz might have to just grin and bear third place here at the minute because he's nowhere near Smokey. And if anything, the Mutt's nuts is... Oh, he's had a moment in the final corner. He lost the rear a second, and Cranky Duckhead's now in the pits, and there is Dean Wasocki in the background. Yeah,
he was there in the background. He was just all over the gravel a little bit there with Dean Wasocki, but he's going to come through, and he's going to be into P8 in the standings. For Imola at the moment is Dean Wasocki. Across the line he goes. P8 at the moment for him. DJ Phil, I believe, is a lap down to the Cranky Duckhead, so a chance for him to unlap himself in this one. Hypertech's going to try and gain on Alpha Co. Alpha Co's at the start, coming out towards the start line. Hypertech is at coming down to Toes. Smokey Devil has lost a bit of time, and the gap opens back up. PN has lost a lot of time now to Monkey Boy, but I think PN P6, he can be pretty happy with a 5th and 6th for his first day sort of work.
Yeah, indeed, he will be, and be doing him great in the championship, because the only ones that have really finished in front of him has been Fury, I believe, also...
Yeah, Porto and Sven last week.
Yeah, did Smokey beat him?
No, who got 4th last week? Green Wolfinator was 4th last week, so in terms of every driver around him, it's only Fury. He's losing out points, so when he's gaining points over those that aren't here, those that are here didn't beat him last week.
Yeah, or decided to retire or leave the session. So the Mutt's Nuts is one of those who will benefit tonight, but I don't think he'll gain any more unless Daz makes a big mistake or something happens to his tyres. Daz just got to keep it facing the right way. But Fury and Smokey Devil, the BMW M4 duo, are leading this way, and the other BMW of Dean Wasocki, he's slowly working his way up the order. Yeah. But I think he's going to also hit a wall now as well.
Yeah, he's trying to work his way up the order as Dean Wasocki and Dean. So at the minute, the 3 BMW M4s, it's a 1-2, and then Dean Wasocki down the pack. I wonder, you just wonder that if Dean was around a bit more with Fury, I wonder if Fury and Dean would be able to sort of Fury be able to help Dean and get that BMW M4 or 1-2-3 PM very wide through the chicane. Pit window is now closed. Everybody has done their stops. The Cranky Duckhead is just leaving the pit lane. Alpha Co CB is not even at Ravazzi yet, so Cranky Duckhead will stay P10. He's only lost out to Dean Wasocki and DJ Phil, but Dean, importantly, has put a lap on him. So for Dean Wasocki here, then, that puts him up another place. Smokey's lost even more time out front, and Daz has just got no pace in this race. Whatever that pole lap was, it hasn't been able to be replicated in the race pace.
Yeah, and I think on a long race like this, it all depends really on setup and your race pace. If your race pace isn't good, then it was all well and good having the one lap. You're just going to fall backwards into the pack. And Daz, yes, he hasn't fallen into the pack, but he's just not had the answer. And I think changing tyres probably didn't help. And it depends how much he was losing times on those tyres. If he was going to lose out to Smokey Devil either way, then he was going to lose either way. So he was in a situation with what was best for him. Yeah. And he opted for the tyres, and it will keep him ahead of the Mutt's Nuts and keep him out of trouble. But I think a race where he should have really been able to capitalise a bit more.
Yeah, he should have as well. So at the moment, with 18 minutes left, it is Fury from Smokey Devil from Daz Automatic. The Mutt's Nuts running P4. Monkey Boy on his first outing on the PS5 version is P5. PM Motorsport is 6th. Dean is P7 with Dean Wasocki P8. DJ Phil is in 9th with the Cranky Duckhead 10th. Alpha Co CB 11th. Hypertech 12th. And Tech Leader. Your heart has to go out for Tech Leader, because last week he got caught up in the incident between himself and Bernie Ernie, which Wolfinator and the Mutt's Nuts got involved in as well. It was big damage today. Again, big damage after bouncing off a wall. You have to feel sorry for him.
Yeah, indeed. But this is racing. This is how it
Yeah.
all ends up. And sometimes you have good luck, sometimes you have bad luck. And there's been numerous times where you look at drivers in the real world. Nico Hulkenberg's been so close to a podium, but yet
Yeah,
he
so
never gets
close
there,
but
does
so
he?
far. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Interesting to see what Tech Leader can do. Do you watch the Grand Prix today, Dan?
I did.
Well, there's a bit of nothing happening at the moment. What did we think?
Red Bull have the most dominant car going.
Yeah.
Verstappen's long gone into the distance, and yeah, there's not really much more else to it other than the Ferrari strategy trying to sneak in, and Charles Leclerc using his brain. And some of the best drivers do use their brain while they're racing. So most of these guys have to learn that strategy is not just the only thing that. It's not just raw pace. That's the important thing. Is strategy as well, and sometimes you do have to think it through and figure out. Okay, so tires, I'll lose 30 seconds. That means that I'm going to end up in the pack, but I'll use those tires to run myself forward. Yeah, it's difficult for these guys.
Next year, then going into the Formula One, do you think Red Bull is still going to be that dominant team that we all know this year, or do we think that their wind tunnel loss will affect them next season?
They're so far ahead. They've already started testing for their car for next season. So, yeah, I think that it's going to take a lot for anyone to stop them. The only real threat, by the looks of things, in the last couple of races has been McLaren, and they're still not quite there. Lando needs to hook it up together, and Piastri's doing a good enough job as well. But yeah, I think the man for me, and I think he got driver of the day, was Yuki Tsunoda. Was the one for me who shone today. It was a very good drive from Yuki.
Did you hear the stats that Martin Brundle said?
Nope.
He was only the second ever Japanese driver to lead a Grand Prix.
Oh, very nice.
After Takuma Sato, which I thought was an interesting stat, to be fair.
It's a surprising thing that Kamui Kobayashi has never led a race.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Did Kobayashi lead one in a Sauber all them years ago? And he, because he used to run long. He does have, yeah. He used to run Perez as well. Perez is Mexican, so I was just thinking Sauber then for some reason. Yeah, Kobayashi. I'm thinking of other Japanese drivers, but can't think of too many. But yeah, 2 drivers have led a lap. And it was nice for Franz Tots as well, wasn't it, to sign off while your car's leading a Grand Prix.
Yeah, and it's going to be even more confusing because the car's going to be renamed again.
Rebranded for another time. Yeah.
Another time. Yeah, I wonder what name it's going to be now.
Alfa
Rossi?
Alfa Rossi. Alfa Rossi. Well, who knows? Who knows? Fury then coming to lead the pack. He's he's halfway through. He's 25th lap at the minute. Into the final 15 minutes, it's in from Smokey from Daz, who's about to put a lap on. That looks to be the Ferrari of Dean, car number 38. Yes, it was Alpha Co, 20 seconds off the back of the cranky duckhead, who's already made a mistake in this race. Now, DJ Phil and Dean are on the same lap, but Dean is at Ravazza. DJ Phil is only at Aquamina Lore, so nothing going to happen there. Dean, in terms of PN Motorsport, well, he's at Tambrello. PN is up at Variante Alta. He's lost a lot of time to Monkey Boy. So Monkey Boy definitely struggled since his pit stops, but after that, he's really come to the forefront now and started to gap PN Motorsport. P5, good result. He'll take that on his first time of driving this version of the game. Mutsnuts up in 4th. He just hasn't got the pace of Daz, who just hasn't got the pace of Smokey Devil. And as we all know, he does not have the pace of the race leader, who has been so quick today. It's been scary.
Yeah, that's a bit scary. But again, once again, you need to make sure that you need to stop Fury in these moments. If you let him get away and get comfortable, then you're never going to stop him. And to him, he's probably just having a lovely Sunday drive. But
under the weather, having a stroll.
Yeah, beautiful Italy. What more can you want?
Yeah, exactly. Emplava in the chat. Yuki made me scared since I was rooting for the Williams. That was obviously for the constructors, because if Yuki Tsunoda got 6th or better, they'd have outscored Williams in the constructors championship. Well done to Williams, by the way. How much they've come on these past couple of seasons.
Yeah, but the thing with Formula One, it ebbs and flows all the time. 1 minute it's Aston Martin who's threatening Red Bull, then it's Ferrari, then it's Mercedes, and then it's McLaren towards the end, and then Williams end up having a really strong car one weekend and then don't really get nothing out of it, and then next thing you know, it's Haas who seem to have the pace, and then Alfa Romeo. It's just the whole grid at the minute seems to move around and flow around, except for the Red Bulls that are just pulling away. Other than Perez, I think Perez needs to just start getting his act together, because eventually Red Bull are going to
Do
go.
you
Well,
think
once everyone
Perez?
catches up,
Do you think Perez has only got next season?
yeah.
Do you think he's done after that, whether he retires or Red Bull do not renew his contract? Do you think next year's his last year?
He's had 2 shots, only at a major team. He had a shot at McLaren and he had a shot at Red Bull. And he's not really shown anything this season. And again, Verstappen doing his usual thing of just turning up and just demolishing teammates.
Yeah.
Like there's no tomorrow. So I do think that Sergio is on a slow burning wire that's about to just go bang, and the team are just going to have enough of it. But the sands of time are slowly coming to an end for him, and he's not getting any younger, and the guys are all getting faster. So he really does need to get it sorted and figure out what's going on with this car and him and why it's not gelling, and then come back next season much stronger, much better. Because like I said, Red Bull have got their first ever 1-2 in the constructors and the drivers championship, the first time they've ever done it. But let's be honest, the RB19 was just something else.
It was indeed. If Perez does only last a year, who do you think, or who would you like, shall I say, to replace Perez in that Red Bull? Because obviously I know you're a Pierre Gasly fan, you like Pierre Gasly, but Red Bull wasn't really the fit for him.
It ain't going to be Gasly. There's only realistically 2 options. It is Liam Lawson or Daniel Ricciardo. They're the two.
Do you not think Yuki Tsunoda?
Yuki Tsunoda is an outside bet, but he hasn't been consistent enough.
Yeah.
Ricciardo would be the perfect. He'd be the perfect number 2 for Verstappen. They work very well together. They like each other. Not a yes man, but when Ricciardo needs to be there, he will be there.
Do you not think at his stage in his career, though, he kind of would play that yes man kind of role in this stage of his career? Obviously, given the chance of a race when he'll take it, but help Max out whenever you can. It will be his sort of job description.
He needs to get back in the front running car. There's nothing he can do in these mid-pack cars. I mean, the Renault was slowly coming to him, and I think if he stayed with Renault for another season, I think it might have gelled a bit better, and they might have got somewhere with it. But then jumping to McLaren, and it's all gone downhill. He's lost confidence. He's lost trust in his team around him, and now he's gone back to AlphaTauri, where it all began, being Toro Rosso and all that lot. Actually, it wasn't Toro Rosso. He started as HRT, but. Yeah, I think back home, back to a car that he knows and how to drive it. I think, he's been struggling with steering and braking. That's his issue.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these drivers, we have 2 different types of drivers, and this is not just obviously in Formula One, but this is an aspect of everyone. There's some drivers that like to drive in a V shape, or others drive in a U shape.
Yeah.
And to the guys who are watching on the stream, what I'm referring to is their steering input. Now, some people, for example, like Verstappen, likes to drive in a V-shape version. So if he comes to a hairpin, he'll double apex the hairpin and then obviously get a better run. While Ricciardo would do a nice, smooth, rounded...
makes it kind of
motion.
all one. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And every car he's been in since the Renault hasn't really favoured his U-turning style. So I think now AlphaTauri are working with him to adjust the car and set it up so that it suits him better. And again, it's the same with these cars in GT3s. No matter what you drive or run, you need to have a car that you feel comfortable, that you can do your driving style in. And that's why you'll find some people like Smokey Devil, who seems to like the BMW. He sticks with it. It's what his driving style suits to. While you got other drivers like Daz Automatic, who's been in a McLaren twice. He's opted for the Audi this season and seems to work for him. But again, it's a very different car to what he's used to. But it ebbs and flows between every driver. It's all down to their steering input and how they brake.
Yeah, exactly. As tech leader, just while you were saying that, has unlapped himself from Hypertech, but to get the job done in terms of passing him for position in 8 minutes, that's going to be a big, tall order, depending on what Hypertech does on the circuit. Then he does look like he's still carrying damage. There's Mutsnuts all over the back. Mutsnuts holding up tech leader from progressing to try and get onto the back of Hypertech again. Is that a car off just in front? That is 38, who sounds like it's had a moment. No, just slowing down for the chicane. Sounded like he had a moment. I wonder if he lost the rear going into it a little bit. It's all just spaced out a little bit at the moment, so we're going to get our votes in for driver of the day. It's been an interesting... it'll be an interesting poll. I think I know who's going to win this. Obviously, we're going to put Fiore on there. We'll get mine and Dan's votes at the end of this one.
I didn't even answer your question. I'm going to say Liam Lawson is what I want to see in
Liam
the car.
Lawson, right?
Yeah.
There we go then. So Liam Lawson. I'd kind of like to see a youngster being given a go in the Red Bull and see if they could take the fight. I mean,
he's arguably gone to one of the most difficult championships that's out there, which is the
Super Formula
category.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the second closest thing to the fastest single-seater. I think IndyCar and Super Formula are on a similar level, but Super Formula's got more downforce.
It's more in that Formula One kind of category, isn't it, compared to IndyCar?
I think they are second to obviously Formula One, so it is closer to what he is testing and running. But I think Formula One these days is just, you have to be in the championship to have a chance of being... a good shot drive, but Liam Lawson did fantastic in the few races that he stood in for Daniel Ricciardo, and that's why I think he's gone away. He's won F2. He then did he win F2? Or
no, I don't think he has won F2. He's competed. I don't think he won it.
Don't think he won it. No, but he's gone away and then gone to Super Formula. Arguably, again, he's moved to Japan to then do this championship, and again he raced the Suzuka and all that lot.
I was going to say, Japan has some very tricky circuits. Very tricky conditions, as that is a slow car ahead here. That was car 11. And again, Alpha Code. Just sounding like at the chicane, the driver just made a mistake. So very tricky cars, very tricky conditions, very tricky circuits, all in Japan. So, it's not like he's got it as easy, because Super Formula, I do know, run a little differently to Formula One and will run in that wetter condition a bit more. So, he has a tricky task in that Super Formula category.
He does indeed, and I think he was fighting for the championship until AlphaTauri dragged him out of it. So, it's definitely one to keep an eye on to see who takes that Red Bull seat. But I really do hope that McLaren, Ferrari, and Mercedes do get back on Red Bull's terms. But either way, it's not the best thing to watch at the minute. I'd rather been watching the supercars this weekend. They've been in Adelaide, very similar to these cars. Not a lot of downforce, but obviously they got a lot of grunt, and they're racing at the streets of Adelaide. And what a championship that is!
That's
and also the super.
Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, Supercars also arguably probably has one of the greatest races in history. The 2014 Bathurst 1000, give that a watch. That was an awesome race.
Yeah. Is that the one where it rained and certain drivers who was out of the race early on got the car back out and finished?
It didn't rain, but it was so hot that the track started
I'm thinking of a
ripping
different one then.
No, anything and everything happened in that race. Give it a watch and you'll see what I'm on about.
Obviously, the Australian GT, the GT World Australian Series, I believe, was at Adelaide as well this weekend, supporting that. We got a look at the new Ford Mustang GT3 car that we'd hopefully Assetto Corsa release with the Nordschleife edition of the game later in the year. We can't get any later. We're nearly in the final month. Sort of mid-year next year, we hope to get the Nordschleife, we believe, is announced. And that'll be a good event that we can put on here at Simplay Motorsport, as well as we've got the chance of having this new Ford Mustang. Now, Mike, obviously a massive Ford fan, we assume he's going to go in it. What do we think to the Ford Mustang releasing a GT3 car? Obviously, the chance to get that on the ACC game and that on the platform could be interesting.
Well, Ford are doing other projects and other things, and I think they need to start doing these motorsport events. They said they're partnering up with Red Bull. That's one step in the door. Obviously, they run the supercars in Australia as well, so they're the leading Ford event that they have.
Do we feel that Ford are kind of being left behind as a manufacturer in the motorsport industry? We look at World Endurance, for example, as the prime example at the moment, with the manufacturers they're attracting into the hypercar category especially. Do we feel that Ford is a name that isn't kind of in the motorsport world as much at the moment? Obviously, it used to be big in its World Rally days. We know it's now in Aussie V8s. We know about the dominance of the Ford focus in the British touring cars this year especially, but it's not in as a manufacturer. Do we feel Ford are kind of being left behind by certain different manufacturers in the racing world?
I think yes and no. I think Ford are more clever of what they want to run regarding their cars. I think they still are in World Rally. I think they run the Fiesta in World Rally, so I still think they're still very much in it in that sense. Toyota's just come in and destroyed it, basically. But they did have the Ford GT for a while in the World Endurance Championship as well. So, and obviously with the news of GTE being whatever it is, GT3, whatever it is now come away, and it's no longer called that anymore. It'll be called something else. But maybe this is Ford's chance to come back into it with the Mustang and not with the GT. Maybe they thought, okay, now it's time we focus. Seeing the success of the M4.
Yeah.
And the Bentley and stuff like that, maybe a big car like the Mustang can actually be a threat in the GT3 cars. Maybe
it can. Obviously, we've seen how dominant in the British GT calendar. We've got 2 Ford Mustang GT4 cars that are pretty dominant in the British GT4 package. So I wonder if they're sort of looking at that maybe as well and have gone, you know what, we can get a GT car and take on the likes of Valentino Rossi and Team WRT in the British, in the Fanatec GT World Challenge, where the M4 has been a strong car. This year it's going to be interesting to see what comes. Obviously, World Endurance is one we're looking forward to at the early part of next year. Hypertech then, back to this race, is 3.3 seconds off the back of Alpha Co CB. So he's been charging here. There's 2 minutes left of this race. Tech Leader will not catch the pair of these. But at the moment, Alpha Co just slowing a little bit here and struggling, it seems. And Hypertech really starting to pounce onto the back of him. This for P11 and 12. And it's all for points.
Is he possibly fuel saving? Is that the question? Maybe he's underfueled, who knows? But he is trying to get to the end here as Alpha heads up towards the middle part of the middle sector. Where is Fury? He is into the hairpin. So I think he'll then start his final lap.
Hypertech's through, Dan. Sorry, apologies. Hypertech, easy as you like. I think Alpha Co struggling here. Let's take a look. DJ Phil's across the gravel. Let's find Alpha Co. He's in fuel map 1. He's up full fuel. Doesn't tell us what fuel he's in, but he's in fuel map 1. Maybe just struggling a little bit himself on tyres, possibly, so backing off a little bit.
Yeah, possibly. I think Daz is at a moment, but the Nuts is nowhere near him, so probably a brown pants moment and gone, oh, God, thank God for that, and then got back on track. But, Fury,
I think Alpha Co is possibly struggling with his tyres here, Dan, because Alpha Co are off at Ravazza in an uncharacteristic kind of way. So I think he's definitely struggling with tyres here as down the start straight he comes. He's going to have 2 laps left unless Fury gets the lap on him. Fury rounds Ravazza for the penultimate time. Fury then is on his way to start the final lap of this race. He could arguably just slow right down now and still win this because he's got the time over Smoky Dale. No driver ever wants to do that though. PN 14 seconds off the back of Monkey Boy. Leader on the final lap from race control. Dean Wasocki to Dean, I've noticed. That gap is coming down, but it's 15.9. It's going to take Dean to have a massive moment for Dean Wasocki to get past him. Or he did just dip a wheel onto the grass. Do not make a mistake now, Dean. P7 on the cards for you in that Ferrari. Driver of the day poll at the moment is going in the way of Fury. He's been absolutely fantastic. Want to give an honourable shout out to Monkey Boy and PN tonight. Great racing from both of them two once again. Dean has took a second out of Dean. Dean Wasocki's took a second out of Dean right in that first sector. It's a shame it's late on in the race because Dean Wasocki looks like he's starting to charge.
Yeah, he does indeed. And I think, again, the BMW was very comfortable around here, and it looks like it's... it was coming to Dean in the end, and I think we were looking forward to commentating on Dean versus Dean. It wouldn't have been complicated at all.
Yeah. No one would have got confused.
No.
Oh, Joe, it's the last lap. You've got a 20-odd second gap. He's bouncing it over these sausage curbs at Aquaminolari, just showing that his commitment to the very end of this race. He's well in front. He knows he's won it, but he's still throwing that car around. He's not let up at all.
No, not at all. That's Joe's style.
Big one here, because this win today will be Joe's 50th race win here at Simplay Motorsport. It is going to be down towards Ravazza. It is going to be race win number 50, the second man to reach the milestone after unorthodox himself. Fury CBK exits the final corner. He's going to come to the start line. He knew before the race he needed one win for 50. He's going to get that 50th win. It is Fury, your race winner. And he has such a gap over Smokey Devil that he's not even at Ravazza.
He is now, but congratulations, Fury. Welcome to the club, my friend. The 50 plus club. Not many people win this one, but Fury takes his 50th win as Smokey Devil's going to make it a BMW M4 1-2.
Fantastic result for Smokey Devil. A 1-2 for the cars. Great result for him. Daz automatic now. We have a long wait for Daz. Fury as well, by the way. Fastest lap at the moment as it stands. So that'll be an extra point for him. What a result, though, as Daz now rounds Ravazza. And he's going to come down towards that start line. And it is going to be P3 for Daz. Good race for Daz. Good podium for him in the end as well. Daz automatic P3. And it's a long wait now again for the Much Nuts as Monkey Boy has finished a lap down. He has got P5. PN Motorsport has finished a lap down in P6. Good result for PN. Dean Wasocki finished a lap down in P8. So even though he was catching Dean, he just didn't get there at the end. DJ Phil will be P9. Cranky Duckhead has finished. He's P10. And we await everybody else to finish. Here comes the Much Nuts, though. Good result for the Much Nuts. Retirement last week. It's going to be P4 for him today. Great result for the Much Nuts. Tech Leader has finished in P13. Good result for the Much Nuts. Dean will be the next one to finish P7. Hypertech crosses the line P11. And Alpha Co will cross that line at P12. Here comes Dean for a P7. And we just await Alpha Co. Monkey Boy, by the way, has carried on driving around the circuit. Sven obviously didn't get going in this one. So what a job for the drivers today. Absolute fantastic result. Fury does take the fastest lap of the race and is going to take the fans' vote for driver of the day. Dan, final thoughts from you while we get this tables reset.
Once again, Imola producing some good racing at the start of the race. The pits then spreaded everyone out, which was a shame, and a bit of a lull towards the end. But once again, Fury showing why he is the man to beat in this championship. And these boys better get their act together, otherwise he's just going to disappear into the distance. Yeah,
otherwise he will disappear. Driver of the day from you, Dan?
Fury. I already voted for Fury, so he's driver of the day.
There we go. So Fury driver of the day from Dan. I'm going to also go Fury driver of the day. But honourable mention to Smokey Devil, Daz Automatic, as well as as well as PM Motorsport, Much Nuts, and Monkey Boy. Championship standings though look a little like this. Fury leads the way, 20 points clear of Smokey Devil in P2. PM Motorsport is third in this championship at 21 points off the back of Fury. Daz Automatic moves up to P4 with Dean in 5th. Cranky Duckhead P6. DJ Phil P7. Alpha Co CB is P8 with Hypertech in 9th. Sven is down to 10th with Porto down to 11th. Tech Leader moves up to 12th. Green Wolfinator down to 13th. The Much Nuts tied with him for that. Monkey Boys P15 ahead of Dean Wasocki in 16th. Ian McKizzle down 17th. Yet to see Lucas Ropp and Philippe. High Life and Bernie Ernie yet to score as well as a few other drivers that are new to the grid. We are, though, now joined by first and third. Has Smokey Devil joined the party as well? Is Smokey in? No, don't think he is. Right, so we will start with Daz. And Daz, P3, the pit stop really cost you from getting anything better?
Yeah, I was carrying a bit of damage from lap 1. The Porsche hit me going into the hairpin. So it was a bit of a struggle there, and I was burning my tyres.
Burning your tyres. Was you ever felt under pressure from the Much Nuts towards the end there?
No, not really.
Obviously, we go into the GT4s. You're trying to keep that fight with Dan in this championship. It's a good result. Obviously, you took a win last week in the Pro-Am. Can you get another good podium or another race win at Suzuka Wednesday night?
Well, I need it because I need the points. I had a few bad races. So hopefully I can keep it out of trouble in lap 1 and get some decent points.
Get some decent points. Well, Daz, P3 tonight. Congratulations. We are joined by Smokey. And Smokey, P2 tonight. Great pit stop to put you in that P2 position.
Aye, that was a good pit stop. I thought I was going to end up coming out fighting with Daz, but I don't know if he repaired damage or changed tyres or whatever, but he was nowhere behind me. So it
You
was easy for then on, sort of thing.
you looked at the beginning after you come out of the pits like you was gaining on Joe a little bit. Did you think that the race win could have been on, or was it just sort of stay station for second place?
I seen that the gap was coming down a bit. I was like, right, and then I was going to ring my settings, so I was going to start playing with the traction. I was like, oh no, don't do that because you'll just end up winning it. So I just kept the way everything was, and I knew the second place was there for me, so it's just a matter of keeping it on the track.
Keeping it on the track. P2 though, good result for you in this one tonight. What can we do next week? Obviously we've got GT4s tomorrow and we've got Pro on Thursday night at Suzuka, and then we head back to Donington for PS5 version of GT3s.
GT4s, they're fun, so it'll be fun winning tomorrow, and then GT3s. I like the GT3s in there, so see what the BM's like. See what it's
Indeed.
like and take it for there.
Indeed. Well, Smokey, congratulations on the podium. Well done for P2 today.
Nice one. Cheers, lads.
And we're joined by your race winner, Joe. 50 race wins at Simplay Motorsport. A year since Unorthodox took 25 poles, you now get your 50th race win. Congratulations.
Cheers, man. I'm starting to feel old now. Oh.
Right. Let's not rub that one in. Let's not rub that one in. Yeah, exactly. Joe, 50 race wins. It was a good race win today. It wasn't as easy as you'd have liked at turn one, though. High Life wanted to make that one 3 wide.
Yeah, I seen in qualifying, I seen Daz's pace, I seen High Life's pace, and I was like, alright, so I've got some competition. Let's just see how it goes. Went into turn one, Daz's McLaren straight line speed is so much better than mine. Obviously, BM's more of like a high speed corner car in general. So going into turn one, I went as late as I could on the brakes to make sure I gave him the room. But obviously, High Life went in to make it 3 wide. I guess Daz braked a little early because I was going around the outside, so I just managed to snip up the outside and get into the lead and start pulling away.
Pulling away you did, but we was looking at you at the end of that race. You didn't seem to let up in that race. You were still throwing it over the sausage curbs and everything, fully committed from start to finish, it seemed.
Yeah, I kept looking at my times a little bit, and I was getting the 42 1s, 42 2s, and I was like, damn, it's giving me more time, maybe I can get the 41. Tried it, but kept losing the time in that last chicane, and I was like, damn.
Well, either way, Fury, congratulations on the race win, and the viewers and the commentators driver of the day. Well done. Dan, thanks for joining me once again in the commentary box. If you want to hear more from me and Dan, we'll be back live next Sunday at 8 p.m. GMT. Donington Park, an evening race at Donington Park, so 6, 7, 8 p.m. is the time set for that one. If you want to see some more evening action, well, join us back tomorrow night. The GT4s head to Japan for Suzuka. Evening race in the GT4s. It is Dan versus Fury for the championship in that one. Can Dan close that gap once more? Pro-Am will be back live, hopefully, on Wednesday night for an evening race of GT3s. Then Dan, one hand on the championship. Looks like he can wrap it up this week, if not the constructors with his father, Kelly. Can they do that one? And Pro will be back live with Dan in the commentary box on Thursday night, where Ripper and Overtaker are having their championship battle to the end. Me and Dan, like we said, will be back next Sunday for the GT3 action on the PS5 series. From all of us here, though, at Simplay Motorsport, by the way, hang on a moment, we just want to get this one out there because I know Dan will love this. Next Sunday's event will be the 3rd of December, which means we will officially be on the countdown of Christmas. We'd have opened the advent calendars and we will be on it. So Dan will be really looking forward to that one, and make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hit the bell to be notified. Check out all our social media platforms, as well as our sponsors, Design Manchester and Audio Sport. The links are in the description for them, guys. If you want to get involved with the championship, head over to SimGrid and join our Discord channel. Dan, anything to add other than you're really looking forward for Christmas?
I can't sum it up any better than yourself, other than have a look at our fantastic sponsors, Audio Sport and Design Manchester.
There we go. We'll see you tomorrow night for some GT4 action. Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow night for some GT4 action. Goodbye. Bye. We are clear.
You had to fucking ruin it, you cock, didn't you?
Didn't ruin it at all. If anything, made it